All right, go for it.
Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, everyone. It is the one and only notorious glorious V the Gorilla Economist, aka the Lord of Chaos himself, with my main man El Cuco, the Tamale of Terror himself, CJ, working the airwaves, the producer extraordinaire, making sure that this broadcast is coming out crispy and clean, working the dilithium crystals and the photon lasers, keeping the deep state at bay. And we have with us the man of the hour who needs no introduction. He is the silver-tongued Grecian. He is the master of all sorts of disaster preps, and the man who takes your 101k and makes it back into a 401k, helps you to grow balls and a spine. The one and only Gus Demas from Perpetual Assets. And folks, if you're terrified, if you're right now crapping yourself in your britches and you're wondering what was going to happen with the markets, it's time for you to grow a pair of balls. It is time for you to grow a spine. And yes, women, you too can grow a pair of balls as well. Contact Perpetual Assets. Talk to Gus's much more friendlier friend, Will Lear, and get yourself on board. Get your life together, folks. PerpetualAssets.com. Go there. Tell them El Cuco and the Gorilla sent you. With that being said, what's going on, Mr. Demas?
Sorry, I was peeing. I had to mute it. Good morning.
Hello there.
What's going on is another. We ended the quarter with all the restructuring of portfolios, and we're back to our deflationary environment. Watching before we went live, dude, we were about to get into the macro of it. My thesis is 5 years from now, there's no way it maintains reserve currency status. It just can't. After this, between the fucking Fed's balance sheet and the Treasury, what is it gonna look like on the back end of this? Like, that's what you really have to ask yourself. They could pull it off now because of the petrodollar, and they have missiles pointed everywhere, and and the SWIFT system, and blah blah blah. So we 100% have reserve currency status. But how much longer is the rest of the world going to put up with it?
Not long. The petrodollar is dead. I think the Russians have destroyed the petrodollar. The Russians, while we're all getting distracted by hysteria 2020, aka the flu, aka coronavirus, aka the end of all things, as the medias like to spin it, there's been an oil war. And the oil war, the real victim here is going to be the petrodollar, and rightfully so. I think that the current administration that is in power does not want a reserve currency status. I think we're moving away from it. It's a failed thing. It has never worked, and I think there's a beginning of reasoning and a wake up call that the British model that we've been running and following for the last several decades has been an abject failure. So yeah, man, petrodollar is done. I think this whole virus, man, I'm looking at hard metric data coming out. I'm talking to some top level people all over the world, and I'm going to tell you right now, man, when we come out of this, and we will, and it won't be months from now. It'll be just a matter of weeks. When we come out of this, okay, it's going to be a completely different economic world order, and it will be for the better. And my God, it's going to be crazy, Gus. It's going to be unrecognizable, the world that we're entering into, without a doubt.
Me and you disagree a little bit on time frames. Full disclosure, I do think it's going to be months. But
it's going to be months before we completely get back on our feet.
Yeah. First of all, Trump's approval ratings have never been higher.
Mm-hmm.
So the only thing for me to say, oh God, I would turn this around, was Trump getting reelected. Between Biden's dementia and the country gravitates towards alpha strength when shit hits the fan, which is what they're doing, which is good. That's a good thing. In regards to the economic side of things, we are in the middle of a debt deflation that we haven't seen since 2008 or .com so everyone. So the CNBC and Bloom, the financial media, and they had Munchen. I love the way they have Munchen on. Right before the bell rings today, when and futures are down 950. But the financial media has everyone focus on equities, and the irony there is that there's 10 other asset classes you should be focused on. So the guys who've made fortunes and the guys who I've studied, doesn't matter if it's Druckenmiller, Soros, Jim Rogers, Ralph, like these guys really understand macro finance. And so where your portfolio manager at some of these Schwab or Van, whatever, I'll be like, yeah, let's just put this 60-40 or 70-30 and we'll make 5-10% a year. The real money, the macro guys, that they don't look for 5 to 10% a year. They look for 40, 50, 60% shocks to economic events. And then they lever that up and they double their net worth overnight. It's something to that extent. The real fortunes that are made in finance aren't made going long S&P. They're made at times like, because you can go fucking long S&P yourself. They're made at times like this. They're made when their equities crash 40, 50%, and then everything gets out of whack. Bonds get out of whack. Forex gets out of whack. Oil gets out of whack. Gold gets out of whack. So you shouldn't, there are only there are 4 ways. There are 4 ways to make money during deflationary times. I mean, like massive debt deflationary times. And that is trade VIX, manipulate bond yields, shorting, and just hold cash and wait for this thing to ride out. 3 of the first 3 things are honestly, not even to be a fucking dick, are way too complicated for retail investors. So if you're sitting there, and you think you have an E-Trade account, you think you're a badass, you can't handle this VIX. You can't handle the shorting.
Can't handle the VIX.
The yield, all of it. It's you're going to get fucking crushed. The safest thing someone could do is just hold cash and ride out the deflation. On the back end of that, and this is where I think the crypto and metal community goes wrong, is they don't acknowledge the deflation. And meaning that everyone's like, oh, dude, we sell crypto and metal. So I know inflation's fucking real. I'm aware of it. I'm cognizant of it. But the inflation comes in after the deflation has occurred. So their response, it's the central banks and treasury departments' response that causes the inflation. When market crashes, we don't have inflation. We have the exact fucking opposite. And we have it in a violent manner. The amazing news, the real good news for the metal and crypto community is that relative to other asset classes, relative to energy, relative to equities, gold and crypto absorb the fucking deflationary punch pretty fucking well. So during deflation, make no mistake about it, everything fucking crashes except for the dollar and bonds. So everything fucking crashed. Gold took its punch, handled it like a fucking man. Same with crypto. Crypto's trading what this morning? 6,400 or whatever, 63, whatever it is. So I
mean, there's all sorts of buy signals right now on BTC, man.
Dude, the BTC crypto and gold took a good punch, just like everything else did, and they didn't suffer as bad of consequences. Meaning, my prediction is the gold bottom is somewhat in, and the crypto bottom is somewhat in. You're never seeing like that 3,000 that happened that bloody Monday. That's not coming fucking back. Forget about that. So we took it's QE infinity now and blah blah blah. So if you want, and this is why they have the general public focused on equities, is if you really want to know what's going on, forget the fucking equities indexes. Pull up the largest market in the fucking world is the Forex market. Pull up the Forex market, and if that motherfucker is flashing every single exchange is fucking green, that's going to be a deflation. So today, equities are down. Pull up the fucking dollar against every other currency. The dollar's flashing fucking green. Yeah. When the dollar is showing strength, that is textbook dictionary definition, fucking deflation. Period. End of story. Flip that. When that dollar index in Forex markets is fucking flashing green, flashing red, dollars losing versus everything, that's when the market goes nuts. That's when equities are going nuts. That's when everything starts going nuts. So you must understand the business cycle. The real, most people could understand a simple curve. It crashes and everything goes back up amongst asset classes. What most people struggle with, though, is what asset classes to hold during the down, and then again when it skyrockets. The metal and crypto guys know exactly what to hold. Metal and crypto. Like I would argue, oil's probably the bottom. Might not be in for oil, but oil just is fucking oil long term is the fucking buy. because everything else has gotten a bounce back except for oil. So if you, dude, oil was trading at what, 65 before this started? 7. I mean, fucking Christ, this thing.
Yeah, now it's like what, 20 something?
Dude, it's a bargain. It's an absolute. But the problem is you have to be able to stand the long-term volatility. So oil could hit 15.
Like my prediction is you're going to probably hit anywhere between $10 and $13.
You easily could. And that's what I'm telling you about the volatility. Most people can't stomach that short-term pain.
Oh yeah.
So if you got $100,000 lying in an E-Trade account and you put 25 of it in fucking oil and you see oil go from 20 to fucking 12, you're gonna be ready to jump off your fucking balcony.
Yeah. But you know what I love about you, man? Here's the thing. What I love about you. When you and I see stuff like this happen, where there's such a beatdown, dude, it just whets our appetite, bro.
It's opportunity.
I'm pumped.
That's where these guys have made their fucking fortunes. They don't make it on fucking S&P up 5% this year. I said, I mean, if you follow a lot of it, and they talk about the Asia crisis from 20 years ago, where a lot of them got their chops wet, or when Soros broke the Bank of England in the Forex trades, or Druckenmiller or Rogers, they all worked together at some point. Like, when you really study how these guys view the entire chessboard, it's the ability to not only know how to profit during deflationary times, but then also trade right before the government reaction occurs, which is always the central bank and the Treasury Department, et cetera. So, but the thing is, like I said, most people can't handle this volatility.
No.
The crypto and gold and silver are great inflationary hedges. We're just not in an inflationary environment yet. We will be. The crypto is actually starting. The amazing thing about crypto, because we sell it, I monitor the fucking thing every 5 minutes. The amazing thing is crypto is actually starting to work like a Forex market slightly, and like a gold market. So when I could tell you what U.S. equities are going to do based on what crypto, Forex market, and gold and oil are doing. The thesis is not. It's not even a thesis. It's just there's causation and correlation all over the place between all these asset classes. But again, they want the zombies watching the fucking Dow and the S&P and not understanding any of the other mechanics of what's going on. Deflation, inflation, capital flows, liquidity, how these things all correlate. These are awesome opportunities, but most people. My brother, dude, God bless him. He's like, he wanted to start buying fucking stocks like a week or two ago. I'm like, dude, you're skipping boot camp. And he's just a great, family guy, doesn't know, not a finance or economics guy. But he wants to like skip boot camp and go to the front lines of a war. And that's what that's where the danger I think comes in. Because when I watch CNBC all day, it's just like, this is a buying up. The fucking world is melting. You're like, this is a buying opportunity. This is a buying opportunity. So they're trying to get grandma off the fucking couch for her to give them their life savings in the middle of a fucking war.
Yeah.
So that it's, again, these are exciting times, but it's not. That's what I said. Like, I'm not excited for all the fucking government tyranny that could come and all this shit, but
nothing like tyranny.
Yeah, what's the expression from a populist now? I
love the smell of napalm.
Yes.
I love the smell of tyranny in the morning.
First thing in the morning, exactly. No, this is fucking epic shit. I got red pilled after 08, 09. That's so I spent the last 10 years studying 08, 09 and .com and fucking 92 and 79 and 72 and the Great Depression, and you spend so much time covering all these studying these business cycles, and now I finally get to live through one. That's why I'm excited. It's like it's kind of like, oh, you've been training for this for fucking 10 fucking years, and now it's here.
And now it's here, baby. Now it's here. And the best part is when the dust settles, bro. Whoo!
Yeah.
You want to talk about a bull run?
I know what. Well, that's the thing. The bull runs. A bull run will occur in every asset class because they're killing the fucking currency.
Yep.
Which ties the whole. Make no mistake about it. The goal right now, behind closed doors, is kill the fucking dollar, kill the fucking dollar, kill the fucking dollar. And the reason they're trying to kill the fucking dollar is if you can't fix all the asset classes, you kill the unit in which they're measured in. So they don't want a strong dollar. They want a weak ass fucking dollar right now, which again ties the whole thing back into the how much longer is the world going to put up with this. But there will be a bull market in every asset classes, some faster than others. I am so fucking bullish on crypto at these prices and fucking metal. You probably can't find metal right now. Actually, you can via your text, V.
Yep, I can get metal. There's zero suppliers right now. Like I called my guy, who's the senior vice president over at the large procurement and logistics company that supplies all the U.S. wholesalers. They supply AppMax, they supply Jack Hunt, they supply Monax, they supply who else? Dylan Gage. They supply all of them. And I said, hey man, he's like, hey V, what's up? I'm like, dude, we got no metals over here in the U.S. And he started laughing. He goes, yeah, you guys are bone dry. He goes, what do you need? I'm like, because I have a client right now that's in the process of getting a couple of 1 kg bars, and we're getting pricing and we're gonna get that executed. But yeah, the U.S. is there's no metal. There's no metal, and the premiums are up, man. Like this is his email right now on the wholesale side. He just sent it to me. He said this. Get out of me. Yes.
I heard a really good argument last night. So after trading wrap, basically I've been working 16-hour days for the last 4 weeks. So even after trading wraps up and clients wrap up, we're doing client crypto trades until fucking 9 p.m. Pacific time. Yeah. Like it's literally I work I wake up, take a piss, and start working, and then I go to bed and I'm still making trades, which is a good thing. But I heard
so you trade client crypto trades?
Dude, yeah, we have a fucking OTC desk, man. What do you think we do?
Bro, I need to talk to you after the show. Please remind me. I got a bunch of stuff to send your way.
Yeah. Done. Just chalk it up on our to-do list.
This is why I love you. So I just love you.
I heard it. I love you too, dude. And no homo,
Thanks,
as they say.
No homo. Just
no homo. As Kanye says. But I heard a great thesis on the crypto guys who are anti-gold and the gold guys who are anti-crypto.
They're so stupid. Why?
I heard a great thesis that the shifts of the world and blah, 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 who are so anti-crypto. And there's a lot of IT guys who aren't very Austrian, who are crypto, but they're not very pro-gold. But the great thesis I heard is the two communities, although many of us, myself included, are pro-both. I heard a final thing that will push the communities into harmony is the inability to get metal right now. So the fact that you can't even get gold and silver now that you need it, you can't get it. A lot of these gold guys who are very pro metal, but they're anti-crypto, are going to come to the bandwagon crypto party because that's the only place they can go. They're like,
same thing with ammo. Ammo's out too right now.
Dude, the other precious metal.
Dude, you know how I feel about guns.
And they flagged my background yesterday. Those sons of bitches.
They touched your background. What?
They flagged my background.
Oh, they flagged you.
Yeah.
That's because you look Arab, TJ. That's what it is.
You got flagged in the middle of the zombie apocalypse.
I did.
How'd you get flagged, man? You're like in Indiana. You're in a gun state, bro.
Blame Cuss with Gus show.
That's exactly. I was thinking the same thing, that my association with Gus would get me in trouble. And look, it's already happening to you, Siege.
Dude, listen. It doesn't matter if it's fucking ammo or getting a gun, or metal or toilet paper, for fuck's sake. The time, if anything, this whole event should shock. I mean, the best T-shirt you could get is "The Preppers Were Right." Like, it's like if people procrastinated a lot of this shit on their to-do list. Dude, how long did it take California liberals to get in line at the gun shop? Like, dude, you shouldn't. These things are important to have. Having the infrastructure.
Let me ask you a question. Did your liberal friends contact you about firearms?
Of course. At least three of them. One of them contacted me about gold and crypto. Another one about guns. Another one about long storage. So basically, like, that's another reason why when Will and my mom are like, "Oh, dude, we've never heard you this excited." It's like, it's not that I'm excited. It's more of again, I'm hurtful. People are losing jobs. That all sucks. But it's more of a middle finger to anyone who was talking shit the last 10 years. like oh, gold is dumb. Oh, there's never gonna be anything. Like, dude, fucking blow me. Like, who's dumb now, motherfucker? Like, I have enough food to last me 3 years, and that's without even killing my neighbors. So they're like,
and drinking pool water.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean that's what I mean. There's a certain cathartic vindication to us talking. And dude, I'm not a permanent bearer. I'll fully one day I will turn the thesis around. Crypto right now, my hedges are, my inflation hedges are crypto, metal, and oil. Eventually my thesis will turn around to be a bull. When I feel this thing is bottomed out, I'm not going to be a fucking doom and gloomer after the bottom comes in. Then I'll go long equities. But
absolutely,
dude, buying stocks in 2010 wasn't a bad idea. It was buying stocks in 2019 that was a bad idea. So you have to see the business cycle for what it is, realize how it works, how the timing works, etc. And it's not about the vindication and catharsis of people who kind of mocked us for being in crypto and being in metal and being gun owners, right? Like, it's more vindication. Like, I fucking told you, you dumb motherfucker. You were busting balls. You were telling some jokes for fucking 8 years. Who's fucking laughing now? Like, so that's what kind of feels good. The "I told you so" thing.
Yeah, we're all sitting here right now. Just hey, we told you guys.
Yeah.
It's like the mainstream morons are climbing the mountain, and all us, alternative and media guys. I mean, some of the alternative media guys, and a lot of us contrarians guys. We've been sitting on top of the mountain. We've been, we have a campfire going. We're roasting marshmallows and s'mores, and be like, "What took you fuckers so long?"
Dude, the only thing that I got unprepared with that I had to order and it's going to come in is my gun oil. Like, other than gun oil, I'm pretty covered. I'm good. Go. Yeah, and that's just so I can keep them all shiny.
That's it. That's it.
Yeah, dude, it's, you don't.
Gus is walking around Vegas looking like George Patton, baby.
before our fucking, it is an open carry state, so that, I mean, fucking epic. I ordered for every handgun I have, I ordered a Miami. It's called the Miami Classic. It's a company called Galco out of Arizona. So it's like a badass shoulder strap. I think I sent you guys the pictures of them. But yeah, so long story short, I lost my train of thought. I've had too much coffee today. Son of a bitch.
Miami.
Oh, the Miami shoulder holster was just talking about open carry.
Is that the one that you sent me the picture of those things?
Yeah, shoulder holsters.
I think it's beautiful, bro.
Dude, I've been wearing them around the house. It's fucking fantastic.
Gorgeous.
The vindication is what feels nice, and again, trying to get prepared for this shit after it happens. You don't know what the fuck you're doing. You haven't done any diligence. You're gonna overpay for shit or whatever. The time to get ready for everything is before it happens.
The only thing I didn't prep up on, bro, was toilet paper. That was it.
Me neither. But I'm always prepped
everything else.
I'm always prepped up on baby wipes. So it's like taking a shower basically. Because I travel, I bring them everywhere. So I have so much of those that even if my toilet paper runs out, I'll be fine. But I don't buy into bubbles, and the toilet paper thing is currently a bubble.
You saw the toilet paper token that was launched on CoinMarket.
Dude, I sent you guys the link. Yeah,
I know. Yeah, that's right. You did send it to me, dude. I was joking about it with Bitcoin Ben before we went live yesterday, and then you sent me in the group text with me and CJ. You sent me the pic of the CoinMarket cap. I'm like, my God. It's unbelievable.
The best line in the whole thing is sold out. Like,
sold out.
You can't even buy it. Yeah,
you can't even buy it.
The fire emoji next to it and shit.
Yeah,
No, dude. Listen, man. Here's a story I'll tell, and I've told a few of my buddies. This illustrates where we're at. Outside of the fact I could literally pull up a Vegas to Chicago flight right now for $22. Like, that's a deflationary signal. The opportunities that I'm seeing already. Outside of asset class, they'll give you a nice little anecdotal story that's got some humor on it too. I got 2 pizzas delivered 4 days ago, 3-4 days ago. I go down, my building makes us go up. They used to bring them up to the door. New security protocol, blah blah blah. I go downstairs. There's a 25-year-old 9, and I don't give out that number often. When I say 9, like this bitch could have been like a failed model or actress. There's a 25-year-old 9 in a $75,000 Mercedes delivering my pizzas. So if you
say what,
I swear. So this bitch is clearly a stripper or prostitute or whatever, but Vegas is shut down. So when we talk about inflation, deflation, supply, demand, etc., you have a woman who I can only assume lives paycheck to paycheck, but is young, smoking hot, driving a $75,000 car, delivering me fucking pizzas. That, and my buddies are like, "Oh, did you invite her up? Did you invite her up?" And my answer to that was, "I'll get her cheaper in 6 weeks."
Oh my God! You savage opportunist! You savage opportunist! I love you.
That is, if she's still delivering pizzas, that means she hasn't. They're not trying to, repo the car yet. I need more. I need more. That is textbook value deflation. Like, we are in deflationary times. People overspent, living paycheck. Dude, you have to. How long have we been making fun of millennials, dude? Do you think living in their parents' basement? Do you think that these motherfuckers have any idea what the fuck's going on? Forget about the virus, like the economics of it. Like, yeah. Most of them are like fucking journalist majors or fucking communication.
I studied women's history and gay art therapy. That's my majors. I don't understand why I can't get a corner office and $150,000 a year.
Do you think that those things are like recession proof? Like, no, dude. That whole generation is going to get eaten alive the next.
Oh yeah,
and that's why I think there's going to be a bounce back. I just don't see it being weeks. I see it being 3 to 5 months or whatever. But it's the other side of this is going to look a lot different than what we see now. Among asset classes, right when this shit hit the fan with Russia and Saudi, the day I mark is kind of like when the domino officially dropped and this thing started fucking blowing up. I've been saying it ever since that day, and I never make predictions ever. I'm like, this is it. And alongside with that is there will be fortunes made on.
Yes.
100%, dude. It's 100% accurate. If you play this right and you're patient and you don't get overly emotional or whatever, and you spot undervalued versus overvalued things, and even if you're not savvy, like, we only had one client. We've been crazy as fuck for 4 weeks. We only had one client with the nerve, let me rephrase that. The balls to come in. That Bitcoin almost touched, I forgot what the bottom was.
3,800.
It was so fucking low. And the guy had fucking money, and he came in. We made the trade at fucking 8 p.m. or something that night. And dude, it was like stealing. But the kind of fucking balls it takes to go buy it, like trade into that, because you don't know at that point, like, the world is ending.
You don't know at that point, dude. That floor could just give right out, and you could be at 2,000
easily.
Yeah.
But he had the fucking conviction, the balls, the confidence to execute that, and he doubled his money already. Like, so he's not a trader, he's not a hedge fund manager,
but he had instinct,
dude. Instinct, balls, timing. But there will be other things like again, dude. You were just saying I think oil could go 15. You're saying maybe 13. If I see that happen, dude, I'm going triple long. I'm going triple long. So
yes.
the rest of the world's free. But that takes nerve, and
yes.
you have to have the ability to tie up capital that you might not get it back. So if you're watching the market every day, a trade like that will drive you fucking nuts. But if you're like, dude, how long is the world going to go on $12 oil? Like, give me a fucking break. Like, the U.S. fucking oil companies will go out of business tomorrow. So,
hey, I got something funny. Hold on. The missus just texted me an image of this news story right now in Dallas. A truck carrying toilet paper crashes in Dallas, overturns, and is caught on fire.
What?
The missus is like, whoever's in charge of the simulation definitely has a vendetta. Dude, it's a picture of like a firefighters around a truck that was carrying toilet paper and it overturned, crashed, and burned. I hope the driver's okay, but God Almighty.
I try not to giggle, but there's like everything that's happened last month. There's all these like little apocalyptic stories in the back, like tsunami off the coast of Haiti, like meteor hitting the earth. Like
I know you got the meteor one too, right?
Dude, that's what I'm like. It's not even that I'm laughing. I'm like, dude, like this is like Old Testament shit happen right now, and people are like, and we'll never live through anything like this again. And that's another thing I try to. I'm a huge fucking history nerd. That's why I always quote like the last 3,000 years. Like if I'm huge, econ, finance, history are like it's my shit. And the fact I try to put historical perspective on what's happening now, and we'll never, our kids, us, we'll never. This is a first. Like no one alive has experienced this.
No, it's massive.
No, this is like the Germans dropping bombs in fucking London, and you know, in the 40s. So this massive. Yeah, you'll never live through anything like this again. Like it's
such an opportunity, man.
Well, the opportunity, the lockdown, like dude, I have a 3-week beard. Like it's
I haven't cut my hair, dude. It's like I don't know.
Me too, bro. Me too.
I'm starting to look like a real Sasquatch.
Me too. It's pretty nasty. It's pretty fucking nasty. So there's little shit. Like, dude, the fact that I've only exercised once in a week too. Like
I'm totally a fat boy right now. CJ's working out every day.
That's awful, Gus.
He's like swimming in a lake in the middle of the morning. Like, CJ, what are you doing? He's like doing morning like laps at a lake.
CJ, I'm so used to being, I'm so used to being a gym rat since I was 14 years old that I never was a home exercise guy. So it's just hard for me to. My yoga mat got here yesterday. Not that I'm going to do yoga, but just for push-ups, sit-ups, squats, just something so I don't have to lay on my fucking floor. But it's driving me crazy. I'm basically boozing every night and not working out.
Transition, man. There's no normal schedule anymore. You know what I mean? It's just,
dude. I usually don't know what day of the week it is because crypto trades 24/7 anyway. So we're making trades on Sundays, Saturdays. Doesn't fucking matter. Like everything's gray right now. I don't, you know.
I woke up this morning. I thought it was Saturday. I literally, dude, I was working my ass off last few days. I had so much work done. I woke up this morning like, I'm gonna sleep in. It's Saturday. Dog comes crashing into my room, like trying to wake me up. I'm like, God, leave me alone. It's like Saturday. I'm gonna sleep in. And I look at my phone. I'm like, oh shit, it's only Wednesday.
No, dude, everything is fucking lumped together. Everything's upside down. The truth is, man, I'm not patting myself in the back. So I usually get my cathartic release, dude. I don't hide it. It's usually exercise and fucking. That's it. So like, that's how I usually maintain my sanity. Like, so stress, anxiety.
We're gonna call the pizza girl back up,
dude. I'll go.
You better order some pies.
I'll go to the gym for 2 hours and fucking kill it, and then I'll fuck that night. But I've been cut off of both those things. So no gym, no fucking. So basically, what's going on is like that's why I'm talking at 100 miles an hour. It's like 2 pots of coffee, and I'm working fucking morning to night, and everything. All the days are lumped in. So yeah, it's probably fucking cabin fever. Who the fuck knows? But it's good. I'm motivated. I've never been more motivated. From a work perspective and professionally, I'm being productive. My house is organized as fuck. It's fucking insane. But yeah, a nice workout and some fucking poontang would be really nice. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna have to take the plunge. It might be, and then the next.
She's got a Mercedes payment due. Come on.
Well, you just drop out a mass text and just be like, "Listen, someone come the fuck over here. I got plenty of cash. Get over here." And you disinfect them on the way in. I'll pour fucking whiskey on them to make sure there's no fire.
Oh my God, you're the worst.
It's like a reverse fucking Puff Daddy video. I'm disinfecting them with fucking whiskey.
Oh my God.
Yeah, straight into a hot shower, and then when you get out, we'll have a good time for a few hours. But yeah, dude, these are, like I said, these are crazy fucking times.
It is.
So that's why it's take it in, because it'll never happen again. We'll never.
No, the opportunity is huge, man. It's times like this, I always have the thing that Baron Rothschild says, and it's so damn true. It's the mentality.
Blood in the streets, bro. Blood in the streets. Yes.
I buy when there's blood in the streets, even if it's my own.
Yeah, dude.
Wow.
Dude. I live in Las Vegas, Nevada. What is the housing market going to look like in 3 months out here? Like, what is
cratered,
dude?
The commercial real estate's going to be cratered,
dude. Think about the opportunities on the other side of this thing. If you play it right and you have cash and you have savings, that's just one example. Like I said, there are 10 asset classes you could analyze. That's what pisses me off about these fucking.
Gus, have you heard of this? I'm gonna share something real quick on the air. So I got across my desk one of my boys. He's a heavy hitter. So one of his clients is offloading a major hotel in Manhattan. The bloody hotel's been there since 1929. It was a major historic hotel. It was recently converted, all top end. I think they have like 1,300 or 1,500 rooms. Okay, high end hotel, bro. It takes up an entire city block. So you imagine what the value of that land is in Midtown Manhattan, an entire block, entire front of a block. How many billions of dollars that land is valued at? Billions, bro. Right? Dude, they're trying to offload the hotel.
They might not have a choice, dude.
They don't. The hotel with the land, Gus, with the land.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
420 million.
People are asking why even assets that are perceived as safe havens crash, because everyone rushes to liquidity because they have other shit going on. So if you're a landlord with fucking 8 tenants and you find out tomorrow, oh, it's April 1st, guess what? Those 8 tenants can't fucking pay your rent, and hence your mortgage is still fucking due. Like, it's examples like people need, and during debt deflation, people run to liquidity because the bills are still there. The bills are there for inflated markets, and margin calls are due, and blah. So it doesn't matter if they were liquidating fucking Bitcoin, they were liquidating gold, debt deflation, all asset classes involved. So someone tells me there's this Manhattan fucking real estate being liquidated right now.
Or 20
while Manhattan's on lockdown, he's got fucking money due elsewhere.
Oh God, exactly.
Yeah, it's a forced fucking liquidation.
Dude, I would buy it just for the land itself.
Oh, dude,
I would scoop that up. You're never going to see that parcel of land for that. Basically, depending on the Manhattan real estate, most expensive real estate in the world. Period.
Yeah. Well, I think the real value, and me and you have been talking about Asia for 4 years now.
Yeah.
Hong Kong, dude, is gonna get fucking crushed. That per capita, I think it's the most expensive. It's like slightly. It's gonna get crushed, dude. Hong Kong is gonna mark to market the next 6 months real fast.
Hey, gents, real quick, we got a super chat from Jerry Hardison. And,
hey, Jerry, thank you, buddy.
Yeah, absolutely. And what advice would you give people that are receiving a stimulus check? What should they do with it, guys?
Hoard it right now. If you're getting a check, and this is a fucking crypto and bullion dealer telling you right now, if you already, remember, man, those are your inflation hedges, which will cover you once everyone nods their head and be like, okay, they really are printing new infinity. But right now, the fucking Dows. Look at the fucking markets right now. Look at the Forex markets. The dollar is king right now. Look at the dollar index the last 45 to 30 days. The dollar is king right now. I brought up the stripper, the 25-year-old piece of ass story to illustrate that money is going to take you a long way. Forget about disposable income. So if you got $250,000 in cash, go ahead and do whatever you want with that $1,200. But if times are tough for you right now,
hoard it.
Hoard that motherfucker.
Absolutely. If you're tight, like right now, I could just stop working and I'm chilling for the entire year. I could just relax, but there's just too much good action happening. You got to take advantage of it. But if you're strapped right now and you're just like, you really need that $1,200, you better keep it.
No, don't think you're fucking Gordon Gekko right now if you're living paycheck. No. Hoard that fucking $1,200. Don't do shit. Pull it out of the fucking bank. It hits the fucking bank. Go get that. Get your ass down to the fucking ATM. Get that cash.
Speaking of banks, Gus, I went to the bank this morning. Right. First of all, they were opening later and closing earlier, and I just needed to get $2,300 out in cash. Okay. Typically, never a problem. I've had a long-standing business account with these guys, no issues. Right. and I've taken out in cash much higher volumes before with no issues. For $2,300, they had to do double, triple checks. I'm like, what's going on? They're like, oh, we're so sorry, we had to do triple checks. I'm like, I come here all the time. They're like, well, a lot of people come in for cash now. Guys, cash is king right now.
Yeah, even the non-preppers are producing like 1929 bank run behavior. Yes, so a client called us this morning, an IRA client, for non-related questions. She's like, oh, like ready to fucking, again, sky is falling type shit. And she's like, yeah, I have 50 grand personally in the bank, and they're capping her at 2,500 a day. That, ladies and gentlemen, is straight up capital controls. So they're trying to slow the bleeding of their balance sheet right now.
And did you guys see where even the FDIC person came out and did a video saying, "Hey, it's perfectly fine to leave your money in the bank right now"?
Oh, you mean the German lady? That was terrifying.
So the bank's amount of leverage and the loans they could execute, the balance sheet must stay in sync. And banks all run on capital requirements. X amount of dollars means X amount loaned out. This is what happens during debt deflation. M4 collapses. M2 collapses. The money and credit retract. Cash becomes king. Liquidity dries up. So the last thing the banks want is literally fucking hard money being pulled out of their bank right now, because that deleverages their ability to lend. That their credit retracts, their balance sheet fucking collapses.
They can't lend. They can't rehypothecate either.
The banks that are totally fucked right now, totally fucked, are the banks, the smaller banks, and I don't mean like one or two branches. It's even, can't mention the name because I'm always cognizant of liability. Banks that are focused around the energy sector are fucked right now, because you're going to have.
They are waiting to pop, man. Left and right.
Think about the domino effect of defaults. So if you're in shale right now, if you're all these banks, that make their money are focused around the energy sector, which is totally collapsed and is one of the only asset classes that hasn't rebounded, is because the inflation and treasury stimulus, is the banks. So that's the domino effect I'm talking about. That's contagion. The companies start defaulting. The bank gets defaulted on the loan, retraction, blah blah blah. That's why I'm telling you, this thing's not over, man. We're like in the eye of the fucking storm. We don't even know what the fucking numbers look like on the other side.
We got Mark Benjamin with
another
super chat.
Another super chat. Yeah, Mark Benjamin wants to know.
Thank you, Matt. Mark.
Yeah, thanks, Mark. Appreciate that. Will rent fall in NY as part of that deflation?
Yes.
Well, theoretically, one thing we know about communities is they love price controls. So rent should fall everywhere, just like property value falls. But here's what I will quote unquote stipulate, is that if you're a renter, you look at, renters are going to default, etc. Every man's liability is another man's asset. So the balance sheet is in harmony. If renters start defaulting, owners theoretically start defaulting on mortgages, because that all gets funneled up. So rent eventually, someone, even if it's a rental property you own, and so you still have to pay the fucking bank. And if the landlord defaults, then the bank gets like, go down the fucking list of the domino effect. But yes, deflation, in fact, should drive rents down, because there's less money. There's less money in circulation. Period. How the only variable, like many things in life, the only variable you ever can't forecast is government responses.
Yep.
So governments do the willing of whatever. If Democrats usually appease the welfare queens, and so the Manhattan rent theoretically would drop in a recession or depression, obviously, unless landlords get together, the corner De Blasio in a fucking room and say, motherfucker, you got to put price controls in place for us, because that's De Blasio not letting market forces naturally escalate to the deflationary. Basically, he could put rent controls in place to protect landlords instead of tenants, and who knows how he would fucking politically sell that. The government always is the great fucking variable that you can't predict. Yeah, actually, you kind of can. They're the central bank will print, and the Treasury Department's on the balance sheet. You can predict
that, dude. I love the quote you sent us on the group chat about Friedrich Nietzsche.
Oh, it's one of my favorite quotes. I saw that quote when I first got killed, like 9 years ago, and it's one of my. It still is.
Everything the state says is a lie, and everything it has stolen.
Yeah, tell
So
me.
true.
That holds true for every state going back 3,000 years. It's all bullshit. It's bread and circus for the herd. Keep them scared. Keep them, entertained. Keep them, dude. All they do is steal. I mean, they're
good at stealing and killing. That's the most efficient thing they're at.
It always has been true, and it always will be true. That's the end of it. That's the bottom fucking line. There are lots of he was a fucking bad motherfucker. Nietzsche's as good as it gets. But yeah, like I said, man, there's opportunities out there. If
massive.
Hold on with dear life. It's going to be bumpy for a while. And if you want to see, like I said, for those of you at home, get your eyes off the fucking Dow and S&P. Start looking at Forex markets. Keep an eye on oil. Keep an eye on gold. Keep an eye on bond yields. These are all variables that trigger more than. But again, that's why CNBC is, again, they're fucking such swindlers. It makes me fucking sick. They were telling people to fucking buy the day before fucking Lehman crashed. Like, it's fucking it's a buying opportunity.
Bear Stearns.
Yeah, it's a buying opportunity. It's a buying opportunity. It's always a fucking buying.
They're well capitalized. Remember Kramer? They're well capitalized.
They're
well capitalized.
Dude, they got
that asshole. How he lived the next day is beyond me.
Yeah, dude, they will take you down with the ship. It's not their money, it's your money. So stop listening to these motherfuckers.
Exactly. We got a super chat from Bailey. Bailey wants to know, what cryptos are you all invested in? Go ahead, Gus.
I personally don't get very speculative with going off the top 10 market caps.
Yeah.
I listen, man. After 2017, everyone in the back of their mind has that Hail Mary thing that's going to 100x in 6 months, right? That you have to acknowledge, even as I'm a crypto fucking dealer, and I have to acknowledge this, that was a mania in a specific sector. Crypto is here to stay, okay? 100%. But I don't have dude, there's thousands and thousands and thousands of cryptos. So trying to speculate that you're throwing up Hail Marys at some point. Everyone's got 2017 stuck in their head, and they're looking for that one crypto that they could invest $100 in that's going to 1,000x or 10x. I mean, I know. I mean, I get it, but that was a mania in a fucking sector. You have to acknowledge what the fuck happened. Like, people were becoming fucking rich that had been trading cryptos for 2 fucking weeks. A monkey throwing a fucking dart at a fucking board was getting rich. Like, that came and went. There still is. I could totally, in the next 18 months, I could totally see $20,000 Bitcoin. 100%.
Oh, absolutely.
I could totally see $1,500 Ethereum. Those are all real things. I think 5Xs are out there, 10Xs are out there. But man, when you're taking your hard-earned money and slapping it on something that's number 992 in market cap I mean, come on, man. Fuck. Like, it's like investing in penny stocks. Like, fuck. Really? So I personally, with my fucking money, I stick to the top 10. The ones I know.
Right.
I don't know how this plays out 5 years from now, but if you got some Bitcoin, you got some Bitcoin Cash, you got some Ethereum, you got some XRP, you got some Litecoin. If you got the top 10 covered, you're going to be fine. Like, winners of those top 10 right now, there's going to be winners off the back end of that. Just like a lot of the companies from the .com are bigger than ever, right now. There were losers in that fucking bubble, 100%, but there's a shitload of fucking ton winners 20 years later. So, but when you get too greedy and you start throwing up Hail Marys, thinking you're fucking Gordon Gekko, I get it, dude. 100x's are great. Nothing feels better. You buy something for a fucking dollar and it's worth $100 fucking 6 months later. That's fucking incredible. But that was a mania. Like, when friends who were making fun of me in 2014 were calling me in 2017 trying to buy, it's the equivalent of the movie The Big Short, where the stripper had 6 houses. It's like, at that point I should have known, and I didn't call it the top. I didn't, I thought I was going to keep going too for a while. But that should have been my red flag. The money was too easy. It was cryptos you never heard, and there was so much fraud on the
Oh my
On
god,
the-
the stupid
on the-
ICO mania.
Yes, dude.
Iron
Oh,
and these bullshit white papers,
Dude,
like, it
that's
literally
what
does nothing. There's no they were literally selling vaporware. It was
they
crazy.
were selling a Word document that was cut and pasted and putting a new coin name on it. Like, give me $20 million. Here's a white paper. It's like, dude, and the fact is, people were fucking buying it. Like, come on, man, fuck me.
Crazy.
Like, it can't. It's not going to be that easy to become a fucking billionaire. Like, snap out of it. Like, it's
hard being a millionaire,
dude. It's a great speculative asset class, but when you start throwing out Hail Marys, it's like, dude, it's like at that point, just go buy fucking lottery tickets, man. Like, it's come on. Crypto is not. We are crypto dealers. Crypto's here to stay. It's the future, 100%. Just like there are lots of assets that are great, but don't read something on Twitter and then go buy $1,000 worth of something that's 1,200 listed number 1,200 on the market cap list. Like, it's fucking fake news. Okay, so that'd be my advice for people who invest in Twitter. I see a comment about XRP. I'm not pro banker coin. We sell XRP. Full disclosure. I'm very
pragmatic about it. I'm just like you.
But,
it's
it is what it is. Here's a true story about XRP. Me and Will have been forced as a firm to take all the compliance training and sit in these meetings for KYC and anti-money laundering. And I've told this story before here. You wouldn't believe how these fucking people talk about you guys, the general public. They literally were supposed to treat you guys like you're Pablo Escobar and Bin Laden. But there was a lady, dude, 100%. It's a bunch of like fucking disgusting feminist HR women. Like, the compliance departments are worse than HR departments. But anyway, I digress. And there were a couple of people from like Securities Tax Force, former government agents that were speakers in this thing, talking to this again, and one of them verbatim said XRP, blockchain and XRP will one day replace the SWIFT system. So do I want it to happen? Do I like all the fundamentals around XRP? No, but if it's banker coin, do you want to bet with the bankers? Part of your allocation? That's not fucking crazy. Those motherfuckers are pretty smart. I don't like them, and they've enslaved humanity. But why? It might not be smart to. They might come out the other side of this thing, controlling it through a coin of some sort. Like, so. That's my thing with XRP.
Hey Gus, real quick, do you need to throw down any disclosure?
Disclosure about about
seeking financial advice.
This is again, yes, asterisk. I'm not giving financial advice. I'm not saying I like or dislike. I can only tell you that behind closed doors, something happened with XRP a couple days ago too that I noticed. Just like I was telling you, you could watch crypto markets and they're almost starting to act like forex markets. I could determine if there's going to be inflation or deflation the night before on the crypto markets. A couple days in a row, and I was texting Will about it. I'm like, XRP's not acting like the rest of them. Even when the other ones were getting hammered, not big, but like 2-3%, and XRP was detached. There was liquidity going into the XRP market that wasn't going into the other cryptos. And this is in the last 5 days, and I didn't know where it was coming. Whatever. Meaning, I think the oligarchs like that coin. So again, I'm not saying buy it. I'm not saying sell it. I'm not saying do shit with it. What I'm telling you is my thesis would be that that's the oligarch coin. That's what when the bankers are huddled up at happy hour, that's the coin they gravitate to.
Yeah,
or
absolutely. All right, we're pretty much at the end.
Yeah, I'm already late for a trade call, guys.
A lot of fun,
dude. Awesome as always.
Just hang in there. I just need to talk to you real quick. So thank you all for listening in.
V, I got a trade call. I'll call you in like. Are you free in an hour?
Yeah, call me in an hour. That's
totally an hour. You got it, brother.
You got it. Okay, guys, be safe.
All right,
bye.
Have a great weekend, guys. Cheers.